All right, now contrary to what a lot of people may want to really take into consideration, the reality is that life is going on. Things are going to reopen and everything is going to go back to a certain way. And I won't even say go back. Things are going to move forward in a certain way. But I will tell you this one thing. Human beings are extremely resilient, and this pandemic, as seemingly bad as it is, there's been a whole lot of other tragedies and things that have taken place that us as human beings have bounced back from. And this will be no different. It'll just be as we move forward, we'll move forward a lot more intelligent, meaning we have a lot more knowledge. But people will still be people, which means that the things that motivate us, that stimulate us emotionally, will still be that which dominates our decision making or our thought patterns. Now, this specifically talking about the automotive industry, because again, contrary to belief, there are 320 million people in the United States. And I believe when I just recently checked unemployment, 17 million people have filed for unemployment. And the economy has been in a shutdown for about a month and a half, going on 2 months now. All right. So what that means is that a vast portion of the workforce is still employed, meaning their vehicles or their transportation, even now more than ever, is important for them to get to and from their place of business. Service departments have still been maintaining appointments. People still been wanting to make sure their vehicles are running smooth and efficiently. Vehicles still been breaking down. Accidents still been happening where folks still been having to replace them. Just age has still been accumulating on these vehicles, because regardless of what us as humans are going through, that piece of machinery, it doesn't care about a pandemic or what season it is or any of that. So I say all that to say this. Most successful people distance themselves from the pack during recessions or during economic downturns. Now, this one is more so, is not just so much economic as it is too psychological and physiological, but at the same time, it's still a downtime. And there are folks who are utilizing this time to really build themselves up, putting their ideas out, because when the masses are backing up saying, whoa, watch out, woe is me, there are a few that say, hey, competition is down, let me move forward. Matter of fact, let me grab as much information as I can, because the playing field may not be this leveled again for a long time, because we don't anticipate anything like this. So I say all that to say this, that while you have the time, if you are someone that's furloughed from your dealership, or if you are somebody still working at your dealership, one thing we want to touch on is a few things to help you out. Because I've still had the fortune of being able to work with salespeople remote, providing them with sales training for their dealership remotely, either at their stores or at their houses. And let me let you know something. People are still selling 1, 2, 3 units a day. It's still happening. Customers are still going in and buying vehicles. All of the states weren't even heavily impacted by this thing. So you have to know that as unfortunate as it was and as it is, life is going to go on. Things are going to reopen, and you want to make sure you're prepared. So the first thing you want to do is remember something, that there is a transference of energy at all times between you and your guest. All right. So when you approach a situation from a fearful state of mind, meaning there are some facts you may want to know about the situation that went on. Like, number one, it has not been scientifically proven that any types of virus, corona related, has been transferred via physical contact or touch. Okay. You have to know that. Now, does that mean people are going to want you to shake their hands? No. But you want to get used to wearing long sleeve shirts. Okay. So you have as little skin as possible showing. And you want to approach the person. You know something that I've spoken to salespeople about and I suggested, and they are really having a good time with. They've been doing elbow bumps with people. Customers are getting a kick out of it, and they respect the fact that the salesperson is still making an attempt at being a human, while at the same time knowing that thanks to that long sleeve shirt, we're not touching skin. I appreciate it. Now, if somebody's not comfortable with it, they're just not. But by all means, you want to make sure you have that hand sanitizer with you, that you're rubbing it on your hands. So make sure that you're in the right frame of mind. Be confident. Know that everything is leveling out, and that the people that you're engaging with, if they're there, they're extremely serious. They see the same media as you. So you might as well go at it just maintaining a specific distance and space, but at the same time, there's still people. It's still the same questions you ask. When you're qualifying, regardless of what's going on, you still want to ask the right questions, finding out, is they using this for business or for personal use? What type of work do they do? You know, how long have they been doing that? Is there anybody else that's going to be driving it, i.e., that may be a co-signer or a decision maker with them? You know, what are they currently driving? Are they interested in selling that? You know, well, did they buy that new or pre-owned? Blah, blah, blah. You know, going through the sequence of questions where you're asking questions about the vehicle, but you're also asking them personal questions. Because more now than ever, if you're going to lose that physical contact of a handshake, okay, if you are a fist pound, if you're going to lose that, that means that your attention to detail has got to be heightened. And the only way that you can find out more specific details is by asking more specific questions. And please know that with people being quarantined off away from each other, folks will be happy to be out and to be interacting with somebody other than the people in their house. Trust this. We are itching for it. There are places right now where people are rioting to get back outside. So they're itching for it. And you know what? If they seem like somebody that's not that way, that's fine, but let them do it. Don't you go into it assuming it. Okay? Meaning that they don't want to be asked those questions. Because anybody making a $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70,000 buying decision, trust me, they appreciate the fact that you are making the effort to learn about them and not just what you can take from them. Okay? All right? So making sure, A, we're confident. B, that we're going through and asking them the right questions. And C, when it goes through to present the vehicle, now make sure that you do have the option where they can go on the demo drive by themselves. But if possible, give them a map. You should have map of a pre-approved demo drive route. It helps you be able to maintain and kind of know where they may be at any given time. And it allows them, you know, the opportunity to make all right turns, minimizing them going across any lanes. And all you have to do is go to Google Maps, type in the address of your store, pull out the map, blow it up to a certain distance where you can see the streets. Make copies of it and you can give it to them. Where they follow it, who knows? But the likelihood of them following increase. Before you let your customer go, make sure you wipe down that steering wheel. Wipe down the vehicle with some wipes, okay? When you bring them back in, you still give them a tour of the service department. And when you sit them down, you still make sure that rather than getting into negotiating, you educate. Then when you're talking about a specific thing on that sheet, that you are prepared, that if they have a question, if they show concern about something, that you can intelligently educate them on why that's there and how that being there is a part of them being able to start enjoying this particular product. Okay? I think oftentimes if a person leaves and there's something that they like that's there, it's within their budget, it's just because they don't understand. That's all it is. So take the time to make sure that we are educating. Okay? So all things stay the same. The only thing that will change is how you greet. So making sure you wear long sleeve shirts as opposed to greeting with a handshake. You make sure you hey, welcome to ABC Dealership. I'm Brian and you are. And you might even make light of it, folks. Typically, I will go out and I'll fist pound you. I'll shake your hand. But I want to make sure that I respect your space. If you like, we can do an elbow bump. But other than that, let me get you folks inside, ask you guys a few questions, and find out what I can do to help you all out. Okay, then you turn and you go. If you like these methods, if you can see the use and the benefit in the things that I'm sharing with you, now is the time to make sure that you make the best use of your time and your resources. Because yes, if you think things are tight now, they're going to get even tighter. And the best thing that we can do is have the ability to be able to bridge the gap between people that have a need and those who have a product to be able to fill it. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Click that link, go over and check it out. I promise that you'll be happy that you did. It'll take your automotive sales to a whole nother level. And included in that is the 100 success tips. And this is something that's not just for you, but for the family, for your spouse, your significant other, because it'll really help everybody maintain their confidence, their level of positivity through this, and be able to help all of you launch your way out of this situation and into greater and new heights. So click the link in the description. Check it out. I'm Brian Maxwell, and I look forward to seeing you at the dealership real soon. Over and out.